Good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning, January 21st, and I have a huge thrift haul to share with you today. I had a great experience yesterday going to the Bins, or the Goodwill outlet, plus a bunch of other thrift stores on my way. The nearest Goodwill outlet to me is about an hour and a half up the road. I was going that direction anyway to visit family. But anyway, let's get started. So not everything came from the Bins, that's for sure. I went to a lot of thrift stores yesterday, but I spent a couple hours at the Bins and I had a hoot. So I will post a video about that experience a little later after I try to do a little bit of editing. So I guess we'll get started with just what's in front of us. So I did get some vintage kitchen stuff yesterday. I'm thinking that these could be very decorative on a wall. Not sure. I've also seen crafts made with these old graters, so maybe that's something I'll do. I got this red-handled pastry maker thing. What do you call that? Pastry something. It'll come to me in the middle of the night, as all things do when I'm sleeping. And this cake mix, it kind of cracked me up because I'm thinking, what goes into a Brody's Triple X cake mix? That kind of cracked me up. So either has a lot of booze or a lot of sex, one or the other. And I also got these, actually 2 sets of spoons. They're not vintage, I think they're new. But I just thought it was really funny that they didn't have actual measurements on them. So there's a tad, a dash, a pinch, and a smidgen. I got 2 sets of those. As ever, it's not a thrift haul unless I got cookie cutters. So, better move my coffee. So I got these 2 cookie cutters. I thought they're not exactly what I generally collect. I like the really gross metal banged up kind, but I thought maybe I would find some more and I could make sort of an Easter decoration with them. And the embroidered and crocheted edge dresser scarf, I guess, I thought was really pretty. It's in good shape. It doesn't have any stains or holes, and it costs nothing really, because everything at the Bins, the outlet store, it's priced by the pound. So it's depending on what you get, whether it's clothes or household goods. It's they weigh it. They have scales at the checkout, and you pay a certain price by the pound. So I feel bad when I see these things in thrift stores. I mean, it's clearly not been used, or certainly not used very much, but somebody's gone to a lot of hard work stitching all those French knots. French knots can be a nightmare. And I sure did get some more cookie cutters. Just leave those over there. Can't show them all to you, but I thought I'd show you a few interesting ones. So I like these ones with the little handles. I've been doing a little bit of looking into cookie cutters, and this one I think is about 1940s, 1930s. This one I thought was interesting because it's just the tiniest little tree. And here's a shamrock, 4-leaf clover for St. Patrick's Day coming up. And there's a pretty flower. I've got quite a few of these, so I'm thinking I could put these together. Maybe put little pictures of vintage bunnies or something in there and make a wreath for Easter. And here's a little chick. This one, this will be going out, but I just wanted to show it because I remember these from Tupperware parties. I don't think anybody has Tupperware parties anymore, but this you were supposed to, cut cheese and bologna and stuff with to make little party picks, and then you stuck this part into radishes to make radish roses. I don't collect plastic ones at all, but This is Linus, and I might have to keep Linus. I think I might have a spot on a shelf to keep Linus once he has a bath. The rest of the plastic ones I tossed. But for sure, that's not all of the cookie cutters I got yesterday, or this week, I guess. Yeah, I got a whole bunch more. There's a few more unusual ones. So the copper ones, there's a horsey and a Scotty dog and a chicken. But I won't bore you with those. I think I'm the only person excited about cookie cutters. This box, it's just a wooden box, and I'm going to repurpose it, paint it, and do something exciting with it. I thought it was good size for storage, and I like the little brass nails on it. So it was clearly a gift box. I paid $2 for it at Goodwill in Guelph, and it was made in Quebec, so it's Canadian made. I got some transferware. So this set, it's US made, and I did have this looked up the other day, but I can't remember the name of it. It was $3, but the pink tags were 75% off. So I paid 75 cents for both pieces together. So for the whole set, I paid 75 cents. I thought, oh, well, that's not a bad deal. The other piece of transferware is this mug. It says the Pack Horse, and on the other side it says Catching the Mail. So, again, you know how I am with my English transferware. So this was $1. They didn't have any other transferware. I like it when they have the picture inside. They didn't have any other transferware at this Goodwill. This was in Woodstock. And this one, I've been trying to find this online. So this is a polychrome willow. So you can see it's the blue willow design, but it's got red and green and black and yellow, purple. And again, this one was a pink tag, so it was 75% off. Name on it is J. Kent Fenton, made in England. So I paid 75 cents for that. I thought it was a unique shape. Really, it's got this chip in it, but for 75 cents, it's very decorative. And to be honest, that's the first time I'm seeing this chip. I'm wondering if I chipped it myself. Lots of, oh, well, I should mention this piece of ironstone first. Love this shape. It's gorgeous. It's heavy. It was, well, it says it was $2.99, but I didn't pay $2.99 for it. I had a 30% off coupon, so it was more like $2.19 maybe. And this is ironstone. And that will be part of my ever-growing collection. I'll have to share some pictures of my collection. And I got lots of milk glass. This lamp, I wouldn't have ordinarily bought this lamp, but it was at the outlet, so I only paid pennies for it, really. I haven't tested it yet to see if it works, and I'll need to find a shade for it, but we'll see. This was a really unusual piece. It looks like I don't even know what it looks like. So it's got this flat area along the edge with the flower detail, but it has a spout. So it's clearly meant for pouring something. It doesn't have any markings on it. It was $2. I got these little demi-tasse sets. There's 2 of them. And they're marked Nestle on the inside. So it says Nestle on the cup and on the saucer. I think that shows it pretty good. So I paid $1 for each set. I tried to look up to see if I could find this, but it would. I'm not using the right keywords clearly. I can't find anything about this. And I mean, try putting Nestle and milk together, or Nestle and cup, or Nestle and coffee, or it's just crazy. This paneled grape piece. I think I paid $3 for it. It's a good heavy piece. Needs to be scrubbed up a bit. I actually almost walked out of the store with this. I got, I think I bought 4 things at this Goodwill. This was in Woodstock yesterday. And when she totaled it all up, she said, that'll be $4. And I said, something didn't scan. So we figured it out, and this was the thing that didn't scan. So I almost walked out the door without having paid for it, but then I'd be an emotional wreck for the rest of the day. I love this piece. This one's gorgeous. Again, it's a grape design. It has a number 11 on the bottom, but no other details. And did I pay $2.99 for it? I don't think so. Some silver paint or something there on the edge. I'll have to do some work on it to take that off. Anyway, it's in really good shape, and I love the edge on it, and it's beautiful. It's what this is an ideal piece for me. I was thinking I could maybe glue something to the bottom to make a a pedestal stand. Not this. I wouldn't use this base, but I could make a pedestal for a centerpiece or something. We'll see. We'll see. Got this piece at the same time. It's not marked. Got this piece yesterday. It's marked Randall, and I paid 50 cents for it. This piece, it's an advertising piece. I believe that I can't remember what the F stands for. It's a manufacturer anyway. It'll come to me again. Old age isn't doing me any good. So anyway, I know that there's people who collect this sort of thing, so I'll probably resell it. It's not my cup of tea, but it's somebody else's cup of coffee. And I got this jar. It's gross and needs to be cleaned up. And on the bottom, I didn't pay $1.99 for it. I paid maybe $1.30. And it's marked container made in Belgium. So it obviously held something else. I'm not sure what. If anybody does know, I'd appreciate that information. I do see these from time to time, but this is the first one I bought because the price was reasonable. $1.40, whatever. Okay, so that's all the milk glass. I did get some Pyrex. So this one with the snowflake design on it, really good shape, Cinderella bowl shape. And it is marked Pyrex. The paint is in really good shape. Lots of shine still in this. It's clearly not gone through the dishwasher 100 times. However, I checked my receipt to see why my bill was so low, and they did not scan this. What did I buy? I bought something, a cup or something. Oh, I bought the piece of ironstone, and the clerk was really fussing wrapping it up, and she wrapped it up in paper, and then she put it in the bowl, and then just totaled up my bill, and so I didn't pay for this. And I'm trying to, make sense of that in my mind. I'd be the worst thief ever because I totally get caught. But I can't go back. I'm not going back. It's an hour and a half away. I just picked this up off the floor. It's a candle cookie cutter. And this piece, it's really grubby and needs to be scrubbed. But again, it's in really good shape. It's nice and shiny. The inside's not totaled. And I paid $2.50 for it, and it is Pyrex. So there's no great paint loss, but it does need to be scrubbed. And that'll come clean. I've got all kinds of tools that'll make that come clean. This piece of china I got earlier this week, and it's just an adorable little teacup and saucer, and it's oversized. So this is about the size I enjoy when I'm drinking my tea. And it's British made, I believe. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, it's all cupcakes. Isn't it cute? Really girly. And I paid $2 for it. We're getting there. This was a big haul. Got a couple pieces of pottery. This one was $2 and it is marked Hull. And it's really, really cute. I like the combination of the colors and the shape of they look almost like shingles. Anyway, and this piece is marked Hager. It's got the foil sticker on it as well as the bottom is marked. I got a couple pieces like this out on my shelves in the living room, so this one I think I'll be keeping. And this one is ugly as sin, but it's Bosware. And it's marked, I'm not sure what that meant, 71,954. I'm not sure what that means. I only paid $2 for it. I've seen tons of Bose in this color family, but nothing quite as spectacularly ugly as this. It is interesting with the waves and the flower. Yeah, spectacularly ugly. I got this unmarked, it's called a smooth jar. It's a ball jar. It's clearly brand new. I only paid $1 for it. And I'm going to either put a vinyl transfer on it, or I'm going to etch it or something. My niece has an idea she'd like. Got this plate rack at the Goodwill bins. Oh, I'm never going to get this into the frame, but you know, okay, hangs on the wall. It's black, it's iron. Did get some vintage Christmassy stuff. Not too much. So I got this flocked reindeer. I've been finding reindeer from time to time. I think they're really cute. And this one has 2 antlers. I don't need to do an antlerectomy. I found this glass ornament. This was at the Goodwill bins, so I paid pennies for it. Came from HomeSense. I don't know where it originally came from. But this was a $12 ornament, apparently. I thought it was cute. And some plastic reflectors. I don't know if I'll keep them all. I might just keep the clear star ones, but I can decide later about that. What's this say? $2.26. Well, I think that was at the Mission thrift store in Woodstock yesterday. I had tried to go to this Mission thrift store at least twice before, but it was never open. I got there yesterday and it wasn't open. I was half an hour too early, so I slipped over to the Goodwill and the Salvation Army yesterday and got some things. Bins, I also got some enamelware pot and a bowl and a cup. Those will need some scrubbing. I often get these little plastic things because they make really good paint dishes. So whenever I see them, I snatch them up because, you know, you pay pennies and then you can mix your paint colors and then just toss them away. So I think probably other people would use them for salad dressing or something, you know, healthy, but nope, not me. I fill those with jelly beans. And look, I got actual plastic palette cups. So these came from the bins, and you know, plastic is so light. I can't imagine I paid more than, you know, a quarter for all of these things. So that was a good find for me. I hate to pay for stuff that I'm just going to throw out. Got these little skates. They're size 11. They're in good shape. They're not as vintagey as I'd like. The skate is really starting to rust here, so on the blade here. So what I was thinking was that I would add this to a Christmas wreath because they're so tiny, and I've seen examples, but these came from the bins. This was the Goodwill price that they had when they were in a regular store, but again, I paid by the weight. Almost finished here. I got some contact paper. So I've been using contact paper to make stencils in my Cricut, which is a heck of a lot cheaper than using the Cricut brand paper. Oh, I got these. I snagged these out of the bins. So these are vintagey, light. You put them on top of electric lights, the mini lights. And I also got this metal basket. It's a really good size for holding books, actually. I got it at the bins. It weighs nothing, so I'm sure I didn't pay very much for it. This I thought was really charming. I can't wait to get a chance to read it. So it's any woman, anytime can have the illusion of loveliness, because of course, if we're lovely, it has to be an illusion. So this was 35 cents. It's Canadian printed. And let me just check the date on it. 1951. So apparently the author was a journalist or a beauty editor. Anyway, I'll see if it has any terribly embarrassing. Oh, look at the seams up her stockings. They're just absolutely straight. And now I know what color lipstick to wear according to my hair color. I'm all set. This book, you've probably seen this in bookstores. It's a journal, and it gives you ideas about what to write. So it's blank. It's in perfect condition. Something's yucky on there. Anyway, so the price in the store was $19.95. I got this at the Goodwill bins, and I'm telling you, everything I hauled from the bins was much less than $19.95. So this represents the value of everything I got. That didn't make any sense. I got this Annie Sloan book. You know I'm a big Annie Sloan paint fan. I haven't had a chance to look at that yet. I think I paid $3. Yeah, I paid $3 for that. Got this decorating book, and it says it has 105 projects. So I like those green shutters. I've got a bunch of shutters downstairs that I bought brand new at a thrift store, but like untouched wood, still in the plastic wrap. And this one is called Nursery Style. I have no intentions of having any need for a nursery at any time, but I really liked the aesthetic, and I thought there's probably some decorating ideas in there that I could apply. I really like this lavender room. Let's see if we can bring that in. I don't know if I'd have the courage to paint a room lavender, but I really like it. And it's interesting, they've put an orange blanket in there, and that doesn't look weird at all. And oh, I found this little old ruler. There's a vlogger that I watch, and whenever she sees Westcott rulers, she grabs them. This was in the bins at Goodwill as well. We're getting down to the last couple things. Got this package of file folders. I use these at the office all the time. Got these at the bins, and I got this pad of finger paint paper, paid 50 cents for it, and I thought this would just be good to put underneath little projects I'm working on, because it's kind of got a waxy, filmy surface, so it's not, paint and glue aren't going to stick to it, I hope. And I got this book of Valentines. I paid 50 cents for it. I remember these from when I was a kid. Now somebody's written on here that says that this was around 1992. I think it's earlier than 1992 because I remember having these and I was not a kid in 1992. I had kids in 1992. But looking back at it, it's just so vulgar and racist. So, you know, here we have an indigenous person saying how, and we have a rather rural person saying by cracky. Here we have an Asian girl, so, and it's just really horrible. But the images are really interesting. So some of them are cutouts. Some of them are punch-out cardstock. These are papery. It even comes with little envelopes. So, but just based on the graphics, there's no way this is 1992. I'm just thinking this is more like 1976 maybe, or I'm not sure. Oh, there's little tickets. You can buy kisses. And oh, look at that grumpy one. Hey, that's me. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I could take some of the Valentines out and, make them part of a display or something. I have no idea. Anyway, so that's my haul. Wow, look at that picture. That's, it looks like a mess, doesn't it? That's my haul for this week. I think I better slow down with some of this thrifting, or find homes for it. Things are getting kind of crazy here. I did also get some clothing yesterday. I got a brand new Eddie Bauer goose down filled coat for my husband at the bins. I can't imagine what it would have cost new. Not a mark on it. Everything functions well. The zippers and everything just slick as anything. I got myself a couple of really soft, fluffy house coats. Just to kind of bum around the house in these January temperatures. There's nothing much more cozy than jammies and a fluffy blanket and a fluffy house coat. What else did I get? I got some t-shirts for my son. It was really good thrifting yesterday. And I did get home to visit my grandmother, who's just about ready to be discharged from hospital. She broke her hip before Christmas and celebrated her 101st birthday about 3 weeks ago. and she is doing phenomenal. She's walking with a walker, getting around on her own. They've moved her to a rehab section of the hospital, so she will be going to a retirement home this Wednesday. I hope everything goes well for her. And I don't get to see her as often as I'd like because she is about an hour and a half away. So getting there at night after work is almost impossible because I'm not a good driver anyway, but I'm a terrible driver at night. Anyway, that's my haul. I'm going to be posting excuse me. I'm going to be posting a couple of videos from my before and after at the Goodwill outlet store, as well as some pictures of the finds that I got there. So have a great week. Have a great thrift experience. I hope you are able to find some goodies for yourself to add to your collections, and we'll see you next week. Take care.